Hello, everyone. Hope all is well. Recently, there was a surprise attack on Israel from the political organization called Hamas, based in Gaza. Now, whether you support the Palestinians or Israelis in a conflict, that is not necessarily the point of this video. The point of this video is to explain and tell you why you need to be economically empowered for your politics using contemporary examples with this latest news coming to the forefront. So let's just begin. Now, when Hamas did their attack, several organizations, particularly at Harvard, decided that they were going to support Hamas and Palestine for its attack on Israel. Okay. Now, besides Harvard, there was one notable example recently with an NYU law student named Rainer Workman who made the following statement. Hi, y'all. This week, I want to express first and foremost my unwavering and absolute solidarity with Palestinians in their resistance against oppression toward liberation and self-determination. Israel bears full responsibility for this tremendous loss of life. This regime of state-sanctioned violence created the conditions that made resistance necessary. I will not condemn Palestinian resistance. Instead, I condemn the violence of apartheid. I condemn the violence of settler colonialism. I condemn the violence of military occupation. I condemn the violence of dispossession and stolen homes. I condemn the violence of trapping thousands in an open-air prison. I condemn the violence of collective punishment. I condemn the violence of phosphorus bombs. I condemn the violence of the United States military-industrial complex. I condemn the violence of obfuscating genocide as a complex issue. I condemn the violence in labeling oppressed people as animals. I condemn the violence in removing historical context. I condemn the violence of silence. Palestine will be free. Your SBA president, Rainer. Now, from where I'm from, the United States, she is free to make those statements as well as suffer the consequences, which, believe it or not, she did. A law firm she was thinking about employing at made the following statement. Today, Winston and Strawn learned that a former summer associate published certain inflammatory comments regarding Hamas' recent terrorist attack on Israel and distributed it to the NYU Student Bar Association. These comments are profoundly in conflict with Winston and Strawn's values as a firm. Accordingly, the firm has rescinded the law student's offer of employment. As communicated yesterday to all Winston personnel, we remain outraged and deeply saddened by the violent attack on Israel over the weekend. Our hearts go out to our Jewish colleagues, their families, and all those affected. Winston stands in solidarity with Israel's right to exist in peace and condemns Hamas and the violence and destruction it has ignited in the strongest terms possible. We look forward to continuing to work together to eradicate anti-Semitism in all forms and to the day when hatred, bigotry, and violence against all people have been eliminated. Our strength lies in our unity, empathy, and shared humanity. Now, the craziest thing is that the firm allegedly starts its first year employees at $200K. So this Raina chick, who was a lawyer, essentially took an L. Okay? She essentially took a juicy L. Now, it doesn't just stop there. Many people have their own opinions regarding the matter, but one person by the name of Bill Ackman, and if you don't know who Bill Ackman is, he's a hedge fund billionaire. He made the following tweet. I've been asked by a number of CEOs if Harvard will release a list of the members of each of the Harvard organizations that have issued the letter assigning sole responsibility for Hamas heinous acts to Israel so as to ensure that none of us inadvertently hire any of their members. If in fact their members support the letter they have released, the names of the signatories should be made public so their views are publicly known. One should not be able to hide behind a corporate shield when issuing statements supporting the actions of terrorists who we now learn have beheaded babies, among other inconceivable, despicable acts. Now, once this tweet was made 2 days ago, October 9th, the following happened today as I'm recording this. A flurry of Harvard University students and groups are desperately trying to backtrack on their support of a letter blaming Israel for the mass slaughter of its own people by Hamas terrorists, as some business titans seek to blacklist them from future jobs. 4 of the initial 34 student organizations attached to the inflammatory statement have already withdrawn their support, while board members of other groups have quit to distance themselves. Now, why has it, or should I say, why did I title this video as I did? Why you need economics for your politics? Those people who disagree with you on a political level, they're not going to hold discussions with you. They're not going to, sit down and have some sort of breakfast or dinner with you and talk it out online. You know what they're going to do? They're going to use economic warfare as well as economic influence to get what they want to get. Now, once again, this video is not about you supporting or, against Palestine or supporting or against Israel. The point of this video is to tell you that whatever your belief is, you need to have economics to back it up. If we're going to talk about the Abrahamic religions, right? In all of their holy books, there is some talk about economics and how you should conduct yourself economically. Okay? For the Christians and the Muslims, it's usury. You shouldn't be doing usury. Okay? That's just one prominent example. Everything you do philosophically, from a belief standpoint, needs to be backed up by economics. Now, let me give you another example because I watch this person quite a lot. He's a streamer. His name is Destiny. Now, he says a lot of stupid things that I disagree with from time to time. But one thing is this. He had some viewpoints, okay? Some philosophical viewpoints regarding trans people. Now, because of those viewpoints, he was kicked off of Twitch for expressing those viewpoints. Now, the thing is that he used his own leverage as a streamer to pivot to YouTube and, more importantly, his own website so that he can even grow bigger than he already is. And not only did he grow bigger than he already is, he was able to spread his influence in more far-reaching areas. Let me give you another example. When America wanted to oppress, let's say, non-white individuals, particularly black folks, was it simply just a social disrespect or talk against them? No, it was not. It was political. It was, more importantly, economical. Okay? You cannot own land as a black person. You cannot enforce your rights as a black person. And it wasn't just black people. It was women. Okay? As a woman, you were not able to conduct yourself in commerce unless you had a man with you, particularly your father, your brother, your husband, etc. Why? Because whatever belief that you wish to hold, you need to have the resources necessary in order to push that belief. When you look at the political philosophy that is liberalism, right? Why does liberalism dominate across the world? And I'm not talking about the colloquial use of liberalism. I'm talking about the political philosophy that is liberalism. Why does it dominate across the world? Because it uses capitalism, a liberal economic system, to push its values. And because those values exist, that allows it to prop up the philosophy to have that success. Let me even give you a more succinct example. Okay. There was a guy named Mark Lamont. Okay. You could, Google him up yourself. This individual had a slight disagreement with how Israel was conducting itself. Okay. Guess what? He was fired from CNN because of his coverage and remarks during the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, which was deemed anti-Semitic. He even said he does not support anti-Semitism. However, when he said that Palestinians deserve equal rights, that's all it took for CNN to fire him. So they didn't have a talk with him. The only talk that was required is that he got fired. So that is all I gotta say. Once again, whatever politics you believe in, you back it up. You saw with the, Dylan Mulvaney and Bud Light. Conservatives, they didn't just talk about it, they wanted to do boycotts. Politics is backed up by economics. Remember that. That's all. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment, and that is all. Bye.